To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Rise of Legion CSGO tournament powered by Lenovo and Intel, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. My name is Apollonia, I'll be your host for today, and joining me is Shade Slayer, an amazing caster and analyst. How are you doing?
Hey Apple, I'm doing awesome. I'm super hyped for the match today. It is Global Esports, the team that everyone expects to take this tournament, going up against the boys from Kolkata, Level 0 Esports. This has been a matchup that we've seen quite a bit in various tournaments over the years. Usually, sometimes you get to see it during the quarterfinals, sometimes during the semifinals. Always an amazing match to watch out for. I can't wait for it to begin.
All right, so just to get everything cracking, just before this is the third day of the quarterfinals. Now, for the first day, we have Reckoning Esports that has made it to the semifinals, and on the second day, it was Underdogs. So now let's have a quick look at the maps that will be played today. Global Esports versus Level 0. Map 1 will be Dust 2, and we have Mirage for map number 2, and map 3, it will be Inferno. What are your thoughts, Shade?
All right, let's start off with Dust 2. This was Global Esports' map pick. Kind of understand why they went that route, because they have massive firepower in Caramel and Deathmaker. These guys are going to be looking to bring out the AWP. Since Dust 2 is a lot more dual type of a map where you want to go on your own and try and get pickoffs around the map, and a lot less in terms of team execution. I think Global Esports just straight up gonna rely on their firepower to make things happen. Mirage picked by Level 0. It's a comfort pick for both these teams, but that is something that I'm scared of here, because Global Esports are no slouch on Mirage either. A team that is gonna bring their A game there. So I think it's gonna pretty much come down to Level 0 being able to do enough on Dust 2, if not to win the map entirely, at least to put Global Esports in a slightly more uneasy position going into map 2. But that being said, I think looking at the maps here, they're pretty vanilla maps, something that both these teams are very comfortable on, and just the firepower that GE packs, I think, is going to take them through to the semifinals.
Yeah, for the last 2 days, we have Vertigo, but today it's going to be the standard maps, Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno. Knowing the strengths and capabilities of a team like Global Esports, what would your advice be to Level 0 before we hop onto the game?
I think we've seen these guys pretty much never take their foot off the pedal once they get off to a good start. I think the onus is going to be on Level 0 to start for pushing Global Esports in an uneasy position, keep the pressure on especially players like Deathmaker and Caramel, and not really let them get on their A game and dictate the pace of the rounds. And we've seen previously as well, once these guys are pretty much set themselves up in a map and they're in cruise control, they're almost impossible to stop. So Level 0, the onus is on them to continuously keep Level 0 in the back foot, keep them guessing, and not really let them get in their stride.
All right, so we're about to begin the match very soon. Now, I think that's great advice for Level 0, and I don't want to rule out their chance completely of taking this game for themselves. So we'll see. Is it going to be GE or Level Zero that will take the first map? Or Dust2 is picked by Global Esports. We do stay tuned. We're
Yeah.
going to see some
It is actually already counting down Apple on the perfect cue.
Alrighty.
Without further ado, let's just jump straight into the action. GE starting on the CT side. Level Zero on the T side. Dust2 for map 1. I'm Shays here. Joining me, as always, is OG, the low-res chicken. OG, take it away.
Well, we reach a really crucial stage in the tournament. It's now where global esports historically have faced the most problems. But this new roster, this revitalized roster with young blood in it, has it mended its past self and strived to perfection. Deathmaker, perhaps the perfect man to deliver the hold as the Armageddon is about him. Beautiful shot to open things off without a Jaguar. The flashes to perfection, and Hellranger just about makes the window while the backstab's in full fruition. Deathmaker, all he had to do was buy time, and that's exactly what he bought. A plentiful off. That's all left on a Zero Cool who goes down the rabbit hole. 1-0 global esports off with an explosive start.
Well, we talked about not letting Deathmaker get a little too comfortable on this server. They hit him with all they can. 5 members towards upper tunnels, and he takes 2 out, playing the peekaboo time and again all the way back aside, and just enough time bought for the rest of GE to come in with the flank. For now though, it's set up with 2 players towards long. Halef is going to have players come in soon. The huge opening in the smoke is going to set them up for a cleanup here. Just lost with the Deagle, and he does recover a FAMAS. If he can hang on to it, it's going to be a massive upside. But as I say that, a minute 20 seconds remaining on the clock, that was going to be almost an impossible ask, especially with GE looking to hunt it. Instead, he decides to pretty much throw it out of the server just to ensure that this round, regardless of whether they find lost or not without another frag going down, is already expensive for the CTs. They lose the FAMAS, but I think GE are not too worried about it. This is the round that Level Zero are looking at. They have the money for the buy.
Yeah, and well, this is the most Bengali CS thing to do, the Force. It's historically worked just due to back then where Bengali CS had a lot of aim stars in their roster. In fact, Deathmaker used to be amongst the core of Level Zero Esports, but that was many moons ago. Now, when the tables have turned, they've tried to stay true to their roots. They know they're the ones with the disadvantage. They need to be the ones with an ace up their sleeve if they want to get some sweat into Level Zero, into Global Esports. The setup from Global, it's pretty default for the fact that you have the 2-1-2 in. The only issue I see here is there is no solid anchor towards long or towards short. When the hit's going to be simultaneous, it's a problem, but it's going to be a mid to B that's in fruition. Hellranger close to the smoke, but he gets denied. It's all left on a Deathmaker and Lightning Fast to deliver on the defense duty. They duck, they hide beneath the cover, but sadly, they run out of it. Level Zero Esports up the pace quite a ton, and Caramel could not hold on any longer. Level Zero Esports, they sticked true to their roots, which rewarded them massive by at least getting them off the right foot early. 2-1, and they potentially could get the equalizer. Global Esports, are they going to play discipline here? No. They want a fair share of the pie as well. Deathmaker instantly invests into the M4. No head armor, but that's not going to be quite the issue, as Level Zero Esports have a full arsenal of Kalashnikovs on their belt. Hellfighter is down to only a 5-7, and Lightning Fast on the MP9 means they need to try doing something quick and might want to take engagements close range. Deathmaker gets absolutely obliterated. Torres on quite the spree towards long. But the bomb, it's headed the polar opposite. Jaguar, he ends up paying the price for over-aggressing, but now with a long clear coming in, it should be quite apparent. that the hit's gonna be towards B. Lightning Fast needs to call rotations fast from Hellranger as he has the rifle, but he's a little too late on the call. Hellranger is close to the reply though, fails that small window that he had open in front of him, but he backed Torres from the front lines. This essentially eliminates the backstab where he's gonna be the one who's gonna split the offense. They're gonna try from both tunnels and doors, perhaps try to coordinate their entry. Is the B side after all. And it seems like if Hellranger won't find initial success, they might be comfortable in the safe considering they do not have defuse kits. Yeah, that's the call. No engagements given, no engagements taken. 2-2, global. They do one thing good here is they exit with the guns. They leave themselves a slither of hope, at least in the next round, to do a little more impact. And hey, if they get a few opening picks going their way, they can sure as hell try and get another player invest into armor. All of a sudden, you'll be the ones with the weaponry advantage.
2-2, level 0. Even things up at the start. 2 rounds played to perfection. It pretty much came down to the timing of the peak from Lightning Fast towards B. I think if he peaks that a second earlier, he walks away with 1, if not more frags. But instead, his life goes down to 3. The spray down the flashbang timing is perfect. And Caramel just moves them down 3, 4. Light them all up. Reel him in. Take the ace. Oh, no. Torres.
What a play, Caramel. One of the only saved rifles from the round prior. Gifting this round for Global Esports. Oh, did I jinx them? Deathmaker ends up overextending. A lot of damage inflicted on Torres. So 1 point of notice. He still has the AWP though. Could elect to play this at range. A massive clutch expected out of Torres. One of the most experienced players from his region. Been a part of this crew for a very long time. Now, when the odds are stacked up against them, he needs to be the one that delivers. He's been quite smart in his approach that he's given a lot of time for Global Esports to second out themselves. And he's been radio silent as well. Having that element of surprise in your pocket definitely does help. 30 seconds left. He can even fancy a chance at taking engagement early. But with the way Global Esports are playing, it might as well be without a trade. And Torres, he's going to take this safe. He's going to plant the bomb. Global Esports, it doesn't seem like they've heard of it just yet, but the cross will not have happened towards B without Lightning Fast knowing it. Torres, no sound given away. Lightning Fast denies the clutch. The 2 rifles from the round prior finds all the kills now and makes all the difference between level 0 potentially finding a lead early to them being shut down and being sent packing.
Well, they only had the 2 AKs that were saved in the previous round, OG, and one of them into the hands of Caramel. The setup with the 1 flashbang towards long, the 4-man mow down sets up GE to pull the round back with almost no investment there. 3-2. Level 0 will be able to continue to buy into this, but I think they're already considering letting go of long early and not really putting up a fight in this part of the map, especially after how things played out the last time. I'm surprised that there is no one towards mid though. 3 towards A, 2 towards B here for GE with an aggressive hold from Hell F towards long doors. Caramel playing all the way from CT spawn.
This hold from Global Esports has been really creative. They initially let go of mid control just to put HLF in such an aggressive position. With having long submitted, now they can focus more towards the short and towards the mid execute, which both Deathmaker and Caramel are perfectly set to deal with. It does take them a little more utility and time to set up, but Level Zero Esports have been gifting them time so far, which has strengthened this possible rotation and hold. Level Zero Esports, they're trying to sell a fake here. 3 men towards short, 2 men towards upper tunnels. It's been the fake that we've seen earlier in the tournament, I think from Global Esports themselves, where they jump down from short towards CT and they find the player who's caught napping. Caramel, he's on the rotate back, but he denies loss. There is the crunch towards B, which is a real possibility, and it's quite frankly threatening Global Esports' security. Zero Cool comes in out of nowhere. Torres climbs up another frag, easy one for the P215 that as well, as it downs a 2 versus 2, but in an unfavorable situation for Global Esports, as the rotation is very delayed from Deathmaker. Oh, wait, a huge misplay! Jaguar! He almost lost that engagement. Deathmaker, knowing that Jaguar is tagged, allows him to pick up the AK and win this possible 1 versus 2. The Molotov right in front of him, so he can afford to clear an angle before he does come in. Draw, Deathmaker tries to take things a little too fast for the element of surprise. Ends up going down for it, 3-3. Perfect play from Level Zero Esports, playing around with the rotation at CT base, won them the entire round.
I'm quite frankly surprised, OG, the fight that Level Zero Esports have brought to this map already. It was G's map pick. I thought this was going to be a lot more lopsided, especially with GE on the CT side. It has been quite the opposite here. Level Zero have turned up, throwing the punches very early in the half, 3-3. I think this sets us up for a very close encounter for the rest of this map, OG.
Yep. Global even called a timeout to try and rethink what's happened the previous round. With a push towards long, they have solid control if the flank is in as soon as they can. Because Hellfighter, he could have been on the earlier flank there. The only issue is there's no element of safety to it. Hellfighter needed to take that risk, which quite often is a little too much to pay. So it's understandable why he didn't even push in that situation. But that was the X factor that did not go Global Esports' way. Level Zero Esports have been really good in exerting dominance all across the map, right? Because Global Esports haven't been that same confident that they've been throughout the tournament. Now they know that that hurt. Lost and Jaguar might get a frags aplenty. But that peak from Deathmaker was... yeah, it was a Ferrari peak.
Lucky that there were Jaguar and Lost ready in the back lines to get those trades in, else the CTs would have been able to recover a couple of rifles and put a dent in the Level Zero economy, if not take the entire round itself. But as things stand, heading back in towards long. Flashbangs come in hot. HLF does have the incendiary. The smoke setup as well as Hellranger. They're pretty much going to force them the other way towards short, and Caramel stands tall with the AWP here. Not someone you want to take a fight against, especially on the big green, and the smoke's actually going to send them scurrying towards mid to the rapid decision changes, OG.
It's the same strategy now. Again, Level Zero Esports with this crippling split. They're just waiting at Berserker's call, lost, waiting for that opportunity, gifted but not capitalized upon. When Deathmaker tries to recover, lightning fast falls short. Yet again, lost with these entries. Caramel, he's good to strike back on the first occasion, but I doubt he'll get much more. It has to be Hellfighter to find any success with Global Esports being ripped a new one, 5-3. And this is something, quite frankly, I did not expect to see. Level Zero Esports so confident in their strategy, and Global, they're starting to bleed real blood.
Well, there's no doubt GE now, well, at least it's got them thinking. Level Zero Esports have... I was talking to Apo during the pregame, and I was mentioning the fact that Level 0 needs to make things uncomfortable for global esports, and it definitely has become the case here. 5 of the first 8 rounds, they're reeling under the pressure, and at least for now, with the pistols, does give them a bit of time to rethink their strategy, change things up a little if needed. Deathmaker, they kept the kill initially but wasn't able to recover the rifle. They've ensured that in fact that remains the case. However, Halaf, that's gonna hurt. And the fact that Deathmaker is pushed up aggressively, he's only got 10 HP but lost. You can't really be too careful about these things, can you, OG?
You really can't. Level 0 esports getting a taste of their own medicine, which is raw aim. What would you even do against that, Shade? Oh. Now, 25 seconds left on the clock. But Level 0 esports have safe passage towards the site. It's still possible for Global to split up and retake this, just due to the fact that they have that AK on a Deathmaker, which now will... Okay, this is smart. Deathmaker is 10 HP, so the op definitely will be giving him a little more margin when it comes to taking engagements. They have a Molotov, but the smoke is buying valuable time for Level 0 esports. Are they gonna push through that smoke? They have a flashbang, a wrong decision! Lightning fast on his aim as well. Just not the name. Boy, Global Esports. What a round. Starts off with a beautiful opener by Hellfighter towards mid. Just cracks their skull open. And lightning fast. Holy moly.
It in fact started off with a P250 out at long that gives Deathmaker the opener. And then Hellaf with the 2-1 deeks towards mid for lightning fast to close things off at A short. The pistols have done it again, and Level 0 are gonna be going up against a double op setup this time around, OG. Halaf, Caramel towards long, and Halaf. What an aggressive stance here. He's all alone. He does not have any sort of backup here, but he will take 2 down with him.
Beautiful stuff. The swing towards short Jaguar. Oh, it's actually Torres. No, he ends up whipping big time. Hellranger taking down to 20 HP, but he still survives. Caramel trying to disengage. That felt like Duck Hunt over there. That got scary. Over. Oh! Deathmaker! How? So precise. It looked like he sees everybody coming a mile away. Level 0 esports. You can see Deathmaker. The blood's flowing strong right now. It's like, come peek me, bro. Come at me. Coming towards Pet. Caramel is gonna finish the job. 5 out of 5. Global esports touch the equalizer.
That push from Halaf towards long was make or break for GE there. He gets himself into a position where not only can he get a frag or 2, but also puts Level 0 thinking, hey, where's backup here? That means it must be someone out at long as well, close by, to try and get the trade, but there really wasn't. It was just Deathmaker all the way back on the site who's able to frag out, level things up on the scorecard, and it's a quick B hit here. It's just down to lightning fast. The flash blinds him, takes him out of play. Deathmaker, ooh, what a flight.
How much do you have to throw to take this man down? Now with that boost, if Torres jumps, he's as dead as a rabbit against a hunter. Still a 4v4 retake on the B side with 2 flashes to work with. They do have 2 smokes and a Molotov, so potentially could smoke off tunnels, giving them a little more time and a little more better chance at getting these engagements in. In fact, they're lining the fireworks up. The flash is about to come in. Hellraiser already applying pressure from the back lines. Hellfighter to open up the front. Caramel doubles up on the side. The global esports cavalry has arrived. The B side secured and cleaned up 6-5. Now the double up setup is still gonna ring, and it's gonna ring loud.
Beautiful retake there. Textbook retake of the B side. They had Hellranger on the flank. They wait for the absolute last second to pull the trigger there. The distraction caused buys them just enough time for the CTs to rush in through doors and window. The trade frags in position. Clean up the round with 2 players up and kicking. Doesn't really get any more clinical than that. And Helaf being spotted out. He's got no way out of this now. But Caramel was playing bait in case they decided to force the issue there. Having missed the spawn peak, it's going to hand the AWP back over to the capable hands of Caramel. Helaf towards long. The incendiary going to split them up to win 1. Flashbangs out. Doesn't really blind him though.
Oh, no. And he doesn't end up getting a single frag. Luckily, Caramel right around the corner to pick up the pieces where his teammate might have dropped them short. Beautiful flash, but Caramel is gonna see you through. Jaguar decapitation capital. Caramel melting down the push. But Torres has found success. Deathmaker left all alone towards the side. He spotted the aggression towards long, dancing the tango death as he gets the tag. He gets that bag. Almost could have gotten the round as well, as he leaves it in a doable 1 versus 1 for Torres. Nade is gonna do enough. No, Torres, he swung wide to get the bomb, and that Nade's the trajectory is given away a lightning fast's position. He's gonna commit back from mid. Torres, that flash should be an indication that he's already towards the side and planning the bomb towards short as well. Lightning fast. He's gonna expect Torres to reposition towards long, while that's quite not the case. The only problem here is Torres has no utility to work with, whereas Lightning Flash still has a smoke. Torres is gonna be on the peak! What a clutch! A quad kill, the Tech 9 still prevails.
The antiques from Caramel amount to nothing there as Torres steps up massive there at the end. Guessed where Lightning Fast was going to come from. He had the HP advantage, did Lightning Fast, and Torres had to play the mind games there and played it to perfection. 6-6. We're back on even footing. Double up setup back again online here for Global Esports. Deathmaker towards B, Caramel towards A.
War. Tap at range. Considering that even Global Esports have been on par with the aim department, offering up a fight like this is really risky, although they've been reaping all the rewards so far. They're able to get clean control of short without having to give much away. Caramel, alongside Deathmaker, have been on point with the AWP so far. Level 0 Esports need to be on point with the flashes as well as their split push both through CT elevator and through A short. They want to try a pincer maneuver here. It's been the case where whenever they've attempted this kind of take, it's often been for a mid to B. This might be the first time it's an A hit, which might confuse Global Esports a bit. Caramel, he's dodged every single flash, re-engages on the angle, but can't land the split-second shot. He goes in for seconds, and he gets traded out. Hellranger needs to live up to the occasion, but it's only good for the first. The trades go even. Level 0 Esports maintain the man neutralizer, but Lightning Fast quickly closes in on the back lines as he secures shot to his team's name. The Molotov, he ends up going down due to it, which is immediately cancelled via the smoke. Deathmaker might be the most precise aimer, but he can't be precise jumping as well. Ooh, Torres, a beautiful double kill on the up, a triple in the round. Beautiful performance coming in from the Bengali squad. Level 0 Esports take the lead here in the first half, 7-6, and Global Esports now getting a little dead broke. We've seen Global Esports in similar positions prior, Shade. It's not been good for them when they're not the ones starting off on the good foot. And you mentioned this in the pregame as well. I guess Level 0 have at least won some aspects of their win condition.
They have more than achieved that here, Oji. And right now, it's just USPs. Pretty standard cleanup here. Lost. Should push Deathmaker in a second. Not much of a fight put up here by G. Halat.
Oh, spotted out. It's all on a caramel. Only has the USP as well. Lost. That's exactly where he's just taunting it. Oh, for a second it would have been a situation where he played a lot with his food. Luckily, he ate it a whole. 8-6. Global Esports. They're gonna reinvest. I'd say this might even work out to their positive. The only difference here is they don't have that double op setup. Yep, Deathmaker and Caramel have been looking real neat with their AWP. The only issue here being is that Global Esports have been overwhelmed towards the ending of the round. Initial 1 minute is more than relaxing. Level 0 Esports, are they going to change up the pace is the question. Deathmaker. Oh, a huge pick, and that's a bomb. Global Esports, that one aggressive stance might have rewarded them in gold as it leaves them a 2 versus 3. They're taking the more conservative approach here, which is the boost, as they do not want to sacrifice their numbers advantage, which will mean that Level 0 Esports have smooth sailing towards the B side. Caramel is going to be coming in the back lines, while Hellfighter and Hellranger try to break through the front. This is going to require a lot, and Lost committing to a fight which he absolutely needed to take because they had some ground to stand on. Now that little has emerged. Torres has been massive with the AWP so far. Spots the aggression through tunnels. Caramel, he's blinded. Torres, this is just brutal to watch. But Global Esports do redeem themselves 7-8. I do not think we could have asked for a more even matchup, Shade.
We really couldn't have, OG. Comes to the end, 7 rounds on the CT side. In fact, this was G's map pick, but Level 0 decided to start on the T side. So I'm guessing that is their more comfortable side here on Dust 2. Let's see how GE are able to adjust back here in offense. It's an early play towards long here from Lightning Fast. 3 CTs in this general direction, and looks like they don't really want to force the issue here at this moment. Caramel making his way towards mid. Torres holds the angle down. Do they have a flash through for this?
They do, in fact, on a Hellranger alongside a smoke. They're setting up with this hit towards a long, lightning fast spam with the Glock actually works. Alright, new discoveries being made. Certainly not the Discovery Channel though. Torres and Jaguar wanted to lock things down towards the A side, but that crossfire, it felt a little easier to break than it actually did on paper. Macho and Torres, a total of 9 HP between them, and Torres has found Hellranger, an absolutely massive pick. He's buying time. Macho, he can't come into a fight as well. The Glocks might as well overpower them. Are they going for the long play? This is ambitious. They're expecting Global Esports to play for the afterplan, and they're expecting that if the angles are being held, they might just be able to win this based on their aim superiority. Mind you, they are on equal grounds here. Hellfighter, the flash, will lead him disengage just a little bit, and he's going to be on the quick peek. Beautiful shot, as it's all left on a Torres. 2 HP is all he has, and he has 2 angry Global Esports members up against him. Oh, the whiff! The whiff! Level 0 esports! What in Maryland has Hellfighter done?
Oh no, GE, that was round in the bag. They decide to play it all the way back from A Shark. It was less than 10 HP between the two remaining CTs, and GE are made to pay. Being a little sloppy there post plant. Is that gonna cost them hard, OG? The force buy comes in. AK into the hands of Halef and lightning fast Deathmaker. We've seen him do the rundowns with the Mac 10 time and again. Looks like he will get the upgrade to the AK for this duel out at long. Jaguar is alone and he's made a meal of his spray. Zero Cool goes down as well. They're making this work here, OG. Torres does not simply have the time to rush up and get that boost in towards the site. They're going to try and set up Lost though with the flashbang. He's got one.
Gets the dink. Hell Ranger and Lightning Fast is so dead low. This is still possible here, but they need a strike while the iron's hot. They need to take a boost. They need to do something. The jump, so it might have been able to deny Hell Ranger the plan. Now he's going for the more conservative one. This might just be done and dusted. Global Esports, they might have had a catastrophic start of the pistol, but they've at least mitigated disaster. On the back of winning this force buy, they'll be able to dismantle whatever lead Level 0 Esports got on the back of that pistol, and potentially might even be in a ground where they can extend it. Level 0 Esports. This has been a small trend for Level 0 as well, right? We've seen when some of these players go against these big names, those small misplays always end up costing them, and this time it wasn't even a misplay. The Mac 10, it is meant to abuse the fact that the player towards car might be deterred of the angle, or even might miss a shot while the engagement goes through pit. So you buy time for your second man in to get those kills, but they didn't even buy the time. They bought the kills. They bought the lives of Level 0 Esports, and they potentially might have bought them out this lead as well. Such smart play from Global Esports. In fact, the reason Deathmaker didn't even have the AK in the first place was he expected if the first man went down, he could pick up the AK and he can be the one who does more damage. He was expecting the long entry to be in as the spawn was there. Macho, he's gonna be letting go of the angle at the worst possible time. Level 0 Esports lose control of the B side. The man disadvantaged so early on. Jaguar does return fire though. He gets Caramel. Deathmaker to step things up a notch. Hellfighter gets traded out by Zero Cool. But it's still a 1 versus 3. Perhaps just not to be as Global Esports approach the equalizer. Level 0, where they started things off so good, things now are looking a little bleak for them, as they will not have any investment coming in towards the next round. Oh, that is a little embarrassing for Deathmaker. Not clearing to his short, can't even blame him at this process, just hoping that luck was on his side while he restricted himself from giving any noise. Still gonna be 99 though. Level 0 Esports. Not gonna be enough money to buy. They certainly will be able to force back, considering Global did get the bomb plan as well. You really would not want to try and fancy your chances, especially with the Deagles or MP9s up against some of these monsters on Global Esports.
G. They've broken the economy on Level 0. Just the saved AK onto Zero Cool. Back on even terms, and Level 0, if they don't manage to take Dust 2, it's gonna get really hard on Mirage for them to be able to pull this series back Zero Cool, the only man with the rifle this round.
Yeah, they tried. They tried. At this point, it was a gamble regardless, so they did play that low percentage play, like you say, but they didn't get the rewards. 10-9, Global Esports now with the lead. Level 0, without a doubt, have enough experience and enough talent to get their way back in this game. By no means are they even remotely out of this game just yet. And like I say, it's not over till it's over, right? It has to be 16 hit by a team. We've seen a lot of cases where even from unthinkable scorelines, comebacks have occurred. Who knows, maybe this plagues amidst the top teams as well. There is the op on Caramel. Deathmaker has fancied his chance with the rifle. Of course, one of the best mechanical players in India so far. There should be a flash accompanying the peak for Deathmaker, and the smoke to a CD isn't perfect. In fact, Zero Cool shot a bullet that gives Taurus's position away, and he's gonna pay for it with his life. Zero Cool does not touch the flame. The push towards B a reality. Jaguar only holds on for so much longer. He actually dances the tango of death, and I'm not sure how he's made his way back window. There we go, Hellfighter finally puts him to his demise. The smoke dissipates, and he holds the alternate angle to get this choke point under his nasty grip. Hellranger denies the shot aggression through Macho. And this is just Level 0 Esports digging a grave for each other. Global are gonna be on the hunt. This is quite the onslaught shade from Level 0 having the momentum earlier on. Oh, Hellfighter! Beautiful headshot on a lost. And this should just be ringing a bell on the door of death for Level 0's remainder. They will have to do yet another eco shade, which means Global Esports are gonna extend this lead. Level 0 Esports, how they've lost their way. They need a macho up. Because right now it seems like Global Esports have Zero Cool.
11 out of 10 for the Panzo, G. Yes, G. The timeout comes in. It's a tech timeout, but 4 consecutive rounds so far for GE and Level 0. They've been hit by fast plays from GE across the map. We've seen the fast play towards mid, where Level 0 pretty much had only the one CT holding mid to be. He can offer almost nothing at that time, especially when there's 2 smokes and a flashbang going towards CT as well, to ensure that the player playing from spawn can't really push through the smoke at that point of time without putting himself in a vulnerable position.
Exactly, and considering it's a B side you're talking about, even if you do trade out your entries, right, make it a 3 versus 3, it's still favored for the T side to hold the B side rather than the CT retake actually being in fruition. It is a very viable strat shade, and it's something that Level 0 should definitely give a second eye to. But for now, they've taken the gamble to see if there's any early presence towards long, which is quite contrary to what's going to happen now. If Jaguar peaks, this Hellfighter is more than ready to deliver the fatal kiss. Taking the boost to clear back of plat as well. Pretty smart stuff. I just hope they don't end up giving noise, because with the presence of Level 0 towards mid, it could call for quite fast rotate. Global still silent as ever. And now the immediate push. The Hellranger buys the distraction. Well, the front lines get compromised. Deathmaker so precise on the entry. 2 frags, 2 beautiful headshots. Anyone to extend this Macho, who's already so dead low to begin with. Ooh, Deathmaker could have potentially gone for the ace, but a decent bit of damage done by Level 0 Esports on the Global Esports economy, at least for now, right? Because they only came into this with pistols. Caramel does remove the remaining rifle on the hands of Level 0, not letting that haunt them, because quite early it was Level 0 Esports who gifted the rifle on a Caramel CT side, where he absolutely sent them packing. They want to be as safe as possible here. Global Esports do not want a taste of their own medicine. A good spawn towards long. I hope that knife on a lightning fast did not slow him, because that might cost him his life. The flashes, it actually does connect just in the nick of time. Perfect utility coming in from Global. That flash was so well timed, and that just completely obliterates the offense of Level 0. What do they even do from here on out? They're 2 men down already, Global. They have a backstab in the form of Hellfighter, and lost. That smoke gives away his position. The double nade, send them packing! Is the NBA, we're open yet again! 2 versus 5. As if things weren't going bad already for Level 0 Esports, this has got from bad to worse. They might even potentially consider a save here, because they need this op on a Macho. They need that rifle on Jaguar. Global have been very silent though. Now, Jaguar gonna be on the peak. If he can find any success, he'll go a long way. He's gonna be very silently, and he pounces. But how much damage could he have done? Global. They took the incognito approach, and Macho should be considering that the op might be a little too valuable to give away, especially at this stage of the game, Shade.
Yep, the op at least gives them some fight in the next round, because the rest of the CTs are going to be bringing nothing to the table. GE have stepped things up when it matters the most, and Level 0 are truly having their backs against the wall towards the end of the second half here. 4-round lead. It's going to be hard for Level 0 to claw their way back into this, considering they've lost all the momentum they've had earlier. Deathmaker has spotted out Macho, and now the push is in.
See here, Hellranger? Nah, the bomb explosion just masks the footsteps. The op denied a very crucial piece of the defense that Level 0 Esports needed in this round. And they're gonna reinvest right back in it. It's either go big or go home here. If I'm not mistaken, Mirage was the map picked by Level 0 Esports, right?
No. Oh yeah, indeed. Mirage was picked by them, which is why GE picked the CT side.
So in Mirage, Global Esports still stand a good chance. It's in fact a really decent map for Hellranger as an in-game leader. So you have to give it to him here. Definitely the backbone of Global Esports so far in this history that they've had for the past year. Jaguar, oh, almost getting caught off guard, but Deathmaker still whiffs the fight. The man advantage for now on the court of Level 0 Esports, but they need to make a decision. Did they hang on to it, or did they try playing quick? Because where you might stay passive, there Hellfighter plays aggressive and he knows exactly where you are. Ciphers them out of position, and now with the plan going down towards long, it's almost an undoable prospect as Caramel is well set up with the AWP. A 4 versus 4, things could not get more even, and Hellfighter could not get any more cheekier. The retake effort, it's mounting. Level 0 Esports. So should the pressure of time. They do down Hellfighter in the back line. Is that enough time being bought though? The timer is still considerably low, and Lightning Fast coming in with an absolutely beautiful kill. The flash primes Hellranger on the peak, and it leaves Caramel in the duel 1 versus 2. He's missed the shot, but he connects it on the second time of asking. It's all left on a 0 cool, and Caramel melts them and gives them a sweet kiss. The Sunshine 14-9. It's a little too sunny for them today, and they're getting burned with this AWP. There's been a constant threat that Global Esports have been looming above Level 0. It was so impactful on the CD side, and now on the T side, it still doesn't fail to ring a bell.
That almost Gets the tag there through the smoke. The flashbang timing perfect, but Jaguar's blinded up himself. He's trying to fall back here. No luck whatsoever. The gamble from level 0, 3 players towards the B side doesn't work out, and now Global Esports are gonna set themselves up with 6 map points here to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series OG.
But Global Esports have been very patient towards long, which means that they potentially might enable this backstab to do a lot more pain than it's supposed to. It's going to be Lost and Macho guarding the backlines, making sure Global Esports have nowhere to run. In fact, it's a huge gamble. They're giving control of the A side to Global Esports while they attempt a complete backstab, a spearheaded effort towards long. Are they considering a save as well? Because if it's a save, are they really equipped to deal with 6 map points?
I think if you don't save here, then they're stuck with $2,000 average across the board, and they're getting absolutely no chance in that final round. Instead, they're going to set themselves up to take a fighting opportunity into GE here, as the T's are going to hit 6 match points, 15-9. The tables have turned in the second half, OG, and in what fashion?
Oh boy, I expected level 0 to have at least double digits walking out of this map. This was quite the change of showing. Global Esports, where on the TT side, they might have gotten to a little bit of a slow start. They're not slowing down whatsoever. In fact, the T side's been so explosive for them. On the back of losing that pistol, they just came guns blazing. That force definitely worked. Deathmaker's Hero AK delivering here for Global Esports to put an early end to whatever level 0 were mounting on the first half. But you said this, Shade. At least for level 0 esports, they need to put up a decent performance, even if they lose the first match.
How does Deathmaker still beat up over the Molotov? Get the first, the nade down, dropped him down to 9 HP. He's still not dead. In comes the Molotov. He gets himself out. He still wants to take the fight up against Lost. Yeah.
What's happening here?
I think he pushed himself a little too much there, OG. But who are we to question the man, the myth, the legend himself? He can do whatever he pleases.
Oh, lightning fast. He's in the mood for some barbecue on the back of this gate. Map 1 victory at least. Global Esports on the cusp of taking this all the way. They did not have a diffuse kit towards side. There has to be a 10-second ninja. Time, definitely not a factor, but manpower certainly yes. Global Esports goes at dust too.
16-9 GE are able to turn things around in the second half and eventually make it look pretty easy there towards the end. Apple.
That was a great match to watch. We saw level 0 very dominant in the first half, and then in the second, GE just bounced back once they went onto the T side. What are your thoughts after that first match, Shade?
I think it pretty much came down to level 0 playing a very fast game initially to catch Global Esports off guard a wee bit, at least at the beginning of the first half. But GE on their T side, they pretty much did the Uno reverse and showed the exact same cards back out. Deathmaker, Caramel, both these guys played amazing. Hellfighter had the best game himself there, 23 frags, top fragging through the server. And just to put things in perspective, the second half, it was Global Esports, I believe, taking 9 rounds on the trot towards the end to close things out. So the scoreline doesn't really tell us the story of the first half, where it was super neck and neck with, in fact, level 0 being in the lead for the larger part of it. But at the end, we pretty much know why now GE decided to go Dust 2. It was to put some of these prime fraggers in the position to close things out. They take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series, but Up next, we are going into Level Zero's map pick in Mirage. Hopefully, they have a few more tricks up their sleeve.
All right, guys. So this is the Rise of Legion CSGO tournament you are watching, powered by Lenovo and Intel, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Now, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes with map number 2.
To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors. To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Rise of Legion CSGO tournament powered by Lenovo and Intel, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Now, map 1 has just finished. We were on Dust 2, and Global Esports took the first win, and now we're moving on to map number 2. And let's take a quick look at the map Vito. Now, Shade, for the second one, it's going to be Mirage. So what are your thoughts right off the bat?
This is Level Zero's map pick, but I think GE are still going to have the upper hand on this one. We've seen them play this map. They're absolutely stellar on the CT side. They're going to be starting on the CT side as well. Like I said during the pregame, the last time around, I do feel Level Zero, the best chance was to take Dust 2 away, and then maybe they would have had a chance in Mirage with the kind of mindset that GE would have to come into this one. But right now, towards the end especially, we saw them run away with that second half, and this is a story we've seen very often wherein GE, once they start rolling in map number 1, they kind of carry that momentum into the second map as well and completely blow their opponents off the server. Hopefully Level Zero still have got some fight in them and a few tricks up their sleeve.
All right, so we saw Level Zero with a very strong half on map number 1. Now for map number 2, Mirage is the map that Level Zero has picked. Now, how do you think they should approach this game? Because they can't underestimate Global Esports for sure. If they want to stay in this game, it is a best of 3 to make it to the semifinals. They have to win this map. So what would your advice be, Shay?
My advice would be to start things slow, cover your basics right, because we've seen GE so many times in this tournament play up aggressive. We've seen Deathmaker almost half of the rounds on Mirage aggress through mid. They want to fight mid aggressively with the buddy system, the flash across, 2 players peeking out to try and catch the sniper and his backup of guard. We've also seen aggression through B apartments and A slope. That is something they need to be wary of and ensure that GE doesn't get away with it as often as they have in the previous matches. That being said, we're actually ready to jump straight into the action. Without further ado, we've already have kills coming in. It's down to a 3v3 here as an A hit is imminent here from Level Zero Esports. It's down to Deathmaker and Caramel. Caramel gets tagged. In fact, it's Deathmaker who gets tagged down all the way to 5 HP. Flashbang comes in, holds him in position. 2v2, still doable. Caramel is full HP at the moment, up at connector. Jaguar refuses to give a fight in. Macho playing in from main. The plant comes in. Deathmaker moving into position. They have the trade frag in position if Jaguar does make a move, but cool as a cucumber. He's going to sit this out and wait for that crossfire to come into play. 5 HP death. Ooh. Now it is doable. We know the man, he's gonna get one opportunity, picks up the kit, he spotted the player out, he's got the smoke in as well, he taps at the C4, he's got the time. Can he make this happen? Macho through the smoke, cleans up. Deathmaker had to find that frag fast, if not, it was always gonna be advantage Macho in that health battle there at the end. 1-0 to Level 0 Esports. That round happened so fast, I didn't even get the time to introduce my co-caster back in. OG, the low-res chicken. Fast first round from Level 0. They pretty much start off as they did on Dust to OG.
Well, can't even blame you there, Shay. Global Esports were not ready as well. Level 0 just kicking up the pace a notch. Now, we've seen this in the past. We've seen on the back of the second round, Global Esports will have the caliber to turn the ship around. Lightning Fast, in fact, has been in a very iffy position. Oh, he catches the look in the wrong way, and it backfires. The double setup to a shot, and that drops the ball in this one. It's given away. Hellranger, no way he can get the second kill. The ding comes in, but that's all you could hope for. 2-0, Global Esports. Did not get much in the way of frags in Level 0. Now with a good chance at building their economy. But it's going to be Global Esports buying into this regardless. Deathmaker, he has been so on point with the op. In fact, his organization is onomatopoeia with his gameplay, where you do not want to mess with him. Flicks as fast as hell. Global Esports will really require this round. Hellfighter initial defensive smoke to allow the peek from Caramel in case he wants to take that peek towards top mid. But it's going to be Level 0 Esports, in fact, who forced the issue. Hellfighter is a little compromised in this position where Zerukul will have better vision. Instant secondary defensive smoke for Hellfighter to disengage. Unless there's a play through underpass Caramel, he's not spotted this aggression. Torres knew exactly what's up as soon as the shadow showed, and now the man advantage. Torres found so much ground within the side and so much pressure to his Hellfighter to deliver to his connector that he failed his Saunders in his effort. Torres, a double kill on the entry, completely unexpected aggression, ends up costing Global Esports for not having, in fact, for having that untrained eye. 2-0, bound to be 3, and 5 men alive for Level 0. Lightning Fast, trying to make it a little expensive. Deathmaker, no armor, absolutely needs to hold on to this AWP. Level 0 are hunting like sharks, cornering a fish. But this fish does have a couple of spikes of its own. If not properly bested, could perhaps turn to eat you. Deathmaker knows exactly where Jaguar is playing from, but it's a distraction he's buying. In fact, it'll allow Macho to push towards B apps completely undetected and lost from short. Can take Deathmaker's life short. 3-0. And what a start. This is why Level 0 wanted this map pick. Certainly coming out of the gates hot. Unlike you expected, they better have a lot to give in this map shade. Their tournament lives rest on it. It is going to be Mirage after all, a map where Global Esports are no stranger to. You can definitely expect this to get dirty, and boy do we like a little bit of dirty CS.
Well, it's the lone man towards the B site in Hellranger. This A stack, no aggression here. In fact, Jaguar playing a passive angle towards slope. Level 0 have got the perfect read into this, but they're clearing up the map to ensure GE isn't really looking to pressure any part right now. Jaguar, I believe, did spot out at least Lightning Fast there towards slope. Flashbang out as the rest of the T's now primed to take at least, I think, mid control at the moment. The smokes here should be a dead giveaway that the T's are going to be looking to head towards the B side, if not at least Y for connector control. Lightning Fast, the push through to spawn. Probably going to give the gig up now. Hellranger does have one smoke to his name. It's going to use that nice and early as the B split comes through. Point blank range with just the P250 in hand. I don't have much of expectations from this. They're going to pre-fire the corner regardless, and that's pretty much the end of this round, OG.
Yeah, it's close to be done and dusted. Best that Global could hope for now, perhaps, is going to be a little bit of damage. Beautiful movement. Deathmaker just showing us a little bit of parkour. A little mirror edge action here. Setting up for a potential bait and switch with Caramel. Has a really great aim, something that you do not want to challenge. I've just jinxed him. I feel bad, shit. Sorry, Deathmaker. Eagle out, merciless level 0 esports, mow him down with pretty effective Kalashnikovs. 4-0. Global esports gonna be on the buy yet again. Are they gonna fancy the double up is the question. Deathmaker has the dough, and he certainly has more than just the fight left in him. Caramel, Deathmaker duo that's been carrying this double up effort, and perhaps Global Esports through victory, I suppose, because level 0 esports so far, they look pitch perfect towards Mirage. Aggressive smoke does deny level 0 an early bit of map control. Macho tucked all the way behind mid boxes. Hellfighter, did he spot the crosses? The question, it doesn't seem like anybody has an inkling that Macho could be here. The flash comes on top. Hellfighter needs to come into the hard clear. Oh, he leaves it unchecked, and that costs him the advantage now in the favor of level 0. As they've spotted out the aggression, they'll know that they can pressure the site, as there had to be at least more than 2 men to facilitate such an aggressive push. Lightning fast, he's going to be at the perfect angle to try and reply. Zero Cool on the jump gets punished. There's no backup coming his way though. It's a little far for Hellranger to try and deliver, but Lightning fast trying to fight in all cylinders. He delivers 2 frags and a flurry of headshots go the way of Global Esports. Level 0 esports get leveled all the way down to ground 0 as it comes tumbling down upon them. A stellar hole from Lightning Fast not only buys them time, but also a lot of frags.
Global Esports get themselves on the scorecard in convincing fashion. 1-4. Level 0, they were actually set up perfectly for that B hit, but Lightning Fast able to step up massive there. The counter flash coming in, also playing a huge part in allowing to stay alive as long as he can to dish out the damage. Incendiary towards main, and Hellap again unchecked.
Deathmaker set up with the AWP as well. This is just level 0 esports crumbling down to the merry-ground. Torres though, massive triple kill on Beauty with the AWP. The savior of level 0 esports. And now Hellranger and Lightning Fast set up for this aggressive stance. Although he disengages, Lightning Fast cancelled out. What a play from Torres. Berserk on the AWP. Nuts open the defense towards the A side. Global Esports completely beaten and bruised.
Fight 1. It's not a situation that GE finds themselves in time and again. We talked about the aggression through mid. Does get punished. There was no backup at all this time around. Caramel going on a fishing trip alone. Gets caught out, and that was pretty much, I think, the best case scenario. Even the fact that he's walked away with the frag amounts to nothing, and Hellranger, the boost up, they were ready for that.
Yeah, he at least gets the ding, so leaves Hellranger in a doable situation. Level 0 esports, they're not gonna force the issue. Rather, they have a lot in terms of advantage, and they've recognized that fact as well. They've completely disengaged, and they're allowing Global Esports to perhaps set up a gamble move, which they have. but it's a gamble that might pay off as like the rest of Level 0 Esports start to mount a hit towards the B side. It's going to be Deathmaker and Hellranger, the most experienced and the most precise player in the server. Can they live up to their expectation is the question. 30 seconds left. Level 0 certainly are mounting pressure on the defense here, and as Deathmaker slightly rotates, it's a problem perhaps. Hellfighter, he gets a pick towards B short. That telegraphs the play. Now Level 0 Esports know that the time is against them. Deathmaker, yet another frag. Somebody stop this man. He gets the crucial frag too short. Hellranger buying cover, and 11 seconds left. Deathmaker extends it. What a monster! What a no-scope, and what a hold! Global Esports, this is what they needed.
The AWP onto Deathmaker on the B side. The perfect recipe for success there for Global Esports. He comes up massive at the end. 3 frags to give GE their second round on the board. Hands the AWP over to Caramel.
Gamble play paid off. Essentially, they were counting themselves out. If it's the A side, is the B side is where they really wanted to take that fight, and it is gifted to them. They call the bluff, and Level 0 walk right into the trap. Caramel, he's been so precise as of yet, but this pressure towards mid, it's mounting. It's tantalizing. Hellfighter, is he going to be ready? Caramel drops, and this again is the setup where Level 0 have been exploiting it to the max. This kind of compressor is so weak as the A side spread so thin. Lucky that they get something done towards connector. They're in a position to contest, but they might rather fancy a save. They have lost the op on a Deathmaker. Level 0 Esports, they are eager to force the map 3. You were right, Shade. That confidence that they got, at least they got 9 rounds in Dust 2. It's a really good showing that they had against Global. Even though it wasn't their map pick, they looked in a position where they can contest for the majority of it. Now, they're going to be on the driver's seat of Mirage. It's on the plight of Global to, in fact, take it back. We've seen in multiple occasions that even on Mirage, teams are more comfortable on their CT side than on their T side, which might not be the case here against Global, and even for that fact Level 0, right? Because we know that both these teams have so much experience, and they've been in the top for quite a while as well. Level 0, it's been a very long time from since they're even able to touch a trophy. This would mean a whole lot to them, Shade. Not gonna lie, if Level 0 do manage to knock out Global, it's gonna be quite an interesting finals on our hands, because we have a lot of expectations from Reckoning, and this tournament just hasn't failed to deliver. It's been so cutthroat, and we're getting the best possible teams and potentially a best underdog story in quite a while.
Six to 2, Global. They're pretty much going to be bringing only the 2-save rifles to this round and a few upgraded pistols. Should be a straightforward round here for the T's as they set up for a quick hit towards the A site. They have the 3 players in position here, while the rifles are going to be towards B instead. So the gamble seems like is not going to pay off as Level 0 are going to come it in hard. It's going to be up to the mere pistols to hold the line here. Caramel has found one. They need more. Deathmaker gets the second.
No.
He still continues to aggress up. LF has found one. And Jaguar all of a sudden is all alone. The nade hits him in the face as well. 82 HP. 1v4. C4 in control.
Smoke cuts him off. Hellfighter, the guillotine, Global Esports. What do you even have to say against the Shade? None of this makes sense. Yet again, it's the pistol that prevails, and Level 0 Esports a huge blunder. The A site Again, when you have the guns, you really need to contest towards mid just to prevent this kind of play. And you can see that Level 0 Esports did try it earlier. The fact that they resorted a lot of resources towards that site, let alone the fact that the pistols up close and personal do a lot of damage, cost them a lot. Is this the sway of momentum that we keep seeing a recurring trend of online? Deathmaker and Hellfighter, the best duo you could have asked for towards ramp to perhaps shut down this pistol reply that Level 0 Esports are hoping that they can feed Global. Perhaps a taste of their own medicine? The man disadvantaged Macho, pretty isolated and concealed towards B apartments. But I doubt he'll be able to do much as Hellranger is going to be on the backstab. The bomb moving out. It's going to be on Hellranger to not give away this crucial frag. Oh, Jaguar, he finds the opening. This might allow Macho to jump and perhaps get the frag on a lightning fast. This is all going to be on a Macho, but he cannot deliver. 50 seconds left. Level 0, their jig's up. What do? What's their A game here? It's not going to be none. In fact, it's Caramel who's stuck to his op and stuck to his A game. Level 0 Esports. The tides have turned. But it's Global who have set their sail right to get back into this race. This is a best of 3 shade. It's a marathon. And Global Esports, even despite that bad start in Dust 2, they fought back. They want to make that a trend of Mirage as well.
Well, the double up setup going strong here for GE. The aggression towards A ramp that time paying off. Well, has pushed Level 0 with the pistols towards a B side this time. They want to try and test lightning fast. Smoke, the flash is coming through. Lightning fast up at bench. Oh, the secondary flash is good.
Nice stuff from Hellranger towards John Hellfighter. Makes his way out kitchen and he's stabbing them like the butcher. The pistols. It seems like they work only in the hands of Global so far. Beautiful stuff. This comeback might just cripple that early lead Level 0 Esports were gifted. Mind you, a lot of those early rounds came down to those individual plays. In fact, Torres, with one of the best AWP performances so far in the tournament, has clawed away Battle Level 0 back into potentially this best of 3. But for now, whatever advantage he's gotten them has evaporated in the first half as Global Esports look to level things back. Torres has found a crucial frag on a Hellranger. Hellfighter even spots a man while disengaging. Smoke is going to push Torres to try and find the refrag, which he does in the last possible second. The man advantage firmly in the code of Level 0 Esports. And Global, their defense is so widespread, they lack any ability to refrag. In fact, it needs to be at least one of the members remaining on the roster for Global to come up massive. But we have Deathmaker, we have Caramel, we have Lightning Fast, all explosive players within their own right. In fact, we have the double op setup still alive and kicking. This might be what saves Global Esports as kin. Oh, Caramel, he just about saves his life there without him knowing it. They're gonna double down on the CT defense. Level 0, the bomb is towards T-Ram. Torres, the tag. It looked like it almost connected. Deathmaker still trying to put shelling across the triple boxes, but it just does not land. The double op setup towards the CT base. It might be a little affair. Oh, lightning fast. He is exactly that on the trigger. Torres, he's waiting. He's buying his time for the swing. And so is Deathmaker. Lightning fast ends up going down towards connector as it boils down to 2 versus 2. Torres, his position not given away yet. Deathmaker, he cannot even try and cover from the boosted position he was. And Macho, he goes down without a fight, but he goes a long way in not giving one. Deathmaker shut down in the post plant. 7-5. Level 0 esports have struck back, but global esports are in a position where they can reinvest a plenty. In fact, they can even they've reinvested into the double up. This is going to be Level 0 esports' turn to get back in the controlled seat, or they might just be giving the jig up. Their economy is not looking that great. Deathmaker fails to jump towards B short, but there's nobody on the challenge. In fact, it's going to be quite the push towards A. A lot of flashes, and Hellfighter set up in the perfect position to mow them down. Could have got this spray, but he lacks the transfer. Caramel, he does bunny hop his way back. Beautiful flick. Macho trying to be as annoying as he can, but Caramel, he hunts kangaroos for a living. Caramel missing a shot, but he falls back. He's made his way back to safety, and Global recompose themselves for the retake. They have a lot of utility. They can shut down the post plant. Deathmaker playing close in front of the smoke, and Taurus returning the favor. Lightning fast position being looked at, but retaliation offered. Caramel watching the swing as the sites were really contested. There's nothing that they can do towards ramp. Where is the post plant? Where's the crossfire? Where's the presence towards side or mid? That's where the bomb was planted towards, in fact. Level 0 esports are not a questionable place in the post plant, which global esports with their ample utility punish to the absolute maximum.
And they recover the ops as well, OG, at the end. Both the AWPs back online here for GE in round number 14, 6-7. They're on their way to closing this half in the lead, and that might just be the beginning of the end for Level 0 if it does end up being the reality here. 3 CTs towards the B side. They're expecting early aggression. Deathmaker holds the angle down. Not the player you want to go up against at Apartments with the big green.
And he's set up for it as well. Has backup from both Lightning Fast and Hellranger, who have been stellar with their flashes towards the B side on the defense duty. Deathmaker going to be offered a peek at any moment. The wide swing, he readjusts, and this allows Lost to push and close the lines. But the AWP, a shotgun, what's the difference? It's none in the hands of Deathmaker, more than ready to get up close and personal. The big gun put the big use, and global esports, they reduce all that advantage Level 0 had and pin it down to absolutely nothing. 7-7. They fight back, and they fight back strong. Now it's Level 0 esports who have to sit and wonder, yes, they got a lot, but they could have walked away with a lot more.
Indeed, they could have, OG. As Level 0 esports now, last round of the first half, they will get the buy-in. A little light on the utility, only the one Molotov, smokes and flashes galore. They take early control of mid. No presence in just yet from Global Esports towards that area. The closest they have is Lightning Fast, but the aggressive position held towards mid here. Caramel and Hellfighter have the numbers, but instead the hit is going to be coming in towards connector. Lightning Fast is going to have to go huge. The push coming in on the other side. He's getting pushed back here. Lightning Fast is actually ready for that push through Sniper Nest.
And the collapse at side. It's an ace tag, suckers. You've been sold the false ticket. They still do recoup their losses though. Zero Cool with an absolutely crucial double entry. They know Hellrangers towards Palace as well, but through the smoke, would you have it any other way? Lightning Fast withers them to pieces. A very crucial man in the defense comes alive when his team looked compromised on the back. 8-7, and what a resurgence it's been for Global Esports. In the start, they didn't look as good. They looked, in fact, dry and dead other waters. It was Level Zero Esports who were in a commanding position. Now they're a step behind in terms of the score. This all could be nullified though just on the back of this pistol round. There's a lot riding on this shade. If the pistol goes the way of Global, it potentially could be double digits. If on the hands of Level Zero, it still would mean a lot given that they get a chance to try and get their CD half to a good start.
Well, the mid hit from Level Zero didn't work out, but GE are gonna attempt the same this time around in the pistol round. The flashbang just blinded everybody up. Finally, lightning fast, able to pull things back, and he's gonna continue to aggress up through CT to remaining. CT's coming through from spawn. They've been given individual duels. The nade doing decent bit of damage there as well. Two players very low, but they can't find the frags. Eventually, Jaguar able to pull one back, and with that, Hellranger bait and switch, and Jaguar and Macho do pull it back with a swift retake there. 8 to 8, Level Zero take the pistol and keep themselves in equal footing here on Mirage OG.
How Global Esports must feel right now. A 4 versus 2 pistol round. Gifted over? Pistol is one of the more crucial rounds in CS. It used to be very significant when you win a pistol round. Now, with the way the economy has changed over the years, it's become less punishing. That's just due to that's the reason why we see a lot more gun rounds than we used to see back in the day, right? Where the economy used to be very punishing. But still, that potentially could have been Global on double digits. Now, they chance it. They have used their second timeout. A small point to notice, Level Zero haven't used a single timeout just as of yet. And Global have used 2 so far. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of ingenuity coming in from Global with this force. Hellranger not investing in head armor, going the way of utility. A difficult call to make considering you know you'll be up against MP9s and FAMASs, which will leave you vulnerable to a headshot fatality. Deathmaker, given the responsibility perhaps to sell fake, Early Smoke does keep the 3-man defense at the B side honed in and rotations potentially delayed. It's in fact this up-close and personal defense that needs to deliver on the A side, which very well could be just mollied out of position. Level Zero need to buy as much time as well, considering the fact that they're lower on weaponry. Global Esports cannot be gifted this side at any means. There needs to be trades. It's going to be a lot of utility headed in towards the side alongside the rest of the cavalry of Global Esports. The flashes a little delayed. Zero Cool ends up going down. It is Lightning Fast after all, who just acted in as a page. Lost needs to come up with a flurry of frags to keep his team in contention. The trades do end up going even. The rotation slightly delayed as it allows Global to potentially get the bomb down and set up for a post plan thereafter. They've been a little patient about their approach as bombs drop all the way back to its T-ramp, which might end up costing them. The cover virtually non-existent. Hellfighter hidden behind the molly, not able to provide any backup to his comrade in the form of Deathmaker, misses his cue with Galil, and the tag from the top, from the MP9, gets the dink. Level Zero Esports, the 2-man defense towards A buys just about enough time, but you've got to attribute some of that to Global Esports' floundering the objective there. The bomb, if planted, would have been actually a significantly easier job for Global Esports on the defense duty.
Yep, if the C4 gets planted there much earlier, Global Esports not only are able to get themselves in a good position there post-plant, but it also ensures... Wait, we're going to keep our eyes on Deathmaker here.
Oh boy. Is this gonna be the Global pistol train yet again finding success? The vent's not broken. Deathmaker, is he gonna anticipate? Oh, Deathmaker, please! That's so ungentlemanlike of you. Hellfighter, a little bit of a stretched spray. The bomb, well on its way to being planted. And they should play the post-plant towards CT where they do have significant cover. Rather, they're playing the long game here. They know that the lack of armor means they can't take engagements, so they want to be a step ahead as to what their approach is. Macho has the possibility to deny the bomb, and the spam. Ooh, it takes that Hellfighter down at 16 HP. The Molotov, as he primes it, he allows a Hellfighter to aggress at a different position of the site, which leaves a lot of room for Macho to try and find a lurking Hell. Set up towards the cross. Macho needs to be absolutely flawless in his approach here. The swing. Oh, Hellfighter does not whiff his opportunity. 9-9. The Deagles just did not give us, or even for the fact level 0, a break, Shade. It's been a nightmare up against these players so far. And the punish is absolutely brutal.
It is, isn't it, OG? The Pistols again coming to play. Deathmaker stepping out with the Deagle and getting 3 frags to open up the round for Global Esports there. Level 0, they're taking in a massive bit of damage. Jaguar. CT is back on the Pistols here. Just the USP on Macho, and he's getting pushed quick and fast. As soon as he goes down, that's the B-side surrendered. Or is it?
Dirty Jaguar! What a peak. He, in fact, was so precise with his aim, he didn't even break that wooden ledge over there. What a player. Tell you, man, these guys, in terms of aim, are right up there. Deathmaker obviously being a couple of steps in front. He's the one who ends up paying the price for it, ironically. 10-9. Global, even on the back of that pistol tragedy, did not concede double digits. Level 0 esports. They've got to be feeling a little bad in the back of their minds, right? Losing against Eagles, especially in that fashion. When it happens on 2 back-to-back maps, and on multiple occasions, for the matter of fact, it's just a very, very gutting feeling from the inside, which I hope Level 0 esports do not feel until the end of this best of 3. They have the potential, they have the caliber to take this to a map 3. Global esports are doing everything in their power to try and deny that possibility.
Well, Global Esports hit double digits, and with that, they take the lead in this matchup, and it's just Deathmaker with the drive-by connector peek out at the perfect time to take him out, but the C4 is heading in the exact opposite direction here, but stepping out of Palace and not finding the opening cracks. Hellfighter also ends up going down. They're peeking in one by one, OG. They dropped the ball a bit at the beginning of this round, and that has left themselves in a pretty tricky situation here. 1v4 AWP, Caramel able to readjust.
What an absolutely disgusting shot. What Torres did to them on the T-half, Caramel might be looking to replicate it. A phenomenal talent with the AWP. But is he going to be putting that talent to good use? He's thinned the numbers down to a man advantage. They're set up for the A defense here. Caramel going to be all the way through Palace. He needs this frag. 35 seconds left on the clock. Right now, their only option is to hit towards the A side, and that's where Level 0 Esports played this one very passive, knowing that Global did not have utility. They want to abuse that to the max. Caramel, in fact, needs to go out of his way if he wants to provide cover for Hellranger, which will allow the jungle swing to potentially deliver a fatal blow. Macho, he's not peeking. He assumes it's a fake. Caramel has had the opportunity to drop down towards the side and set up towards triple box. Level 0 Esports have no Molotovs and nades, which means they can't push this off out of position. Hellranger almost comes in with a double spray. The nade is going to slow Macho, and the tag must not lead to the bag. 10-10. If Hellranger landed the double spray to his jungle, there was a huge possibility he could go massive. But he gives Level 0 Esports a fighting chance, and he gives them the equalizer. Now, Global, they have more than enough money to reinvest. They will be on the cusp of breaking the economy of Level 0 Esports, so that's something they can look forward to potentially run away with the game. It's still gonna be dicey though, Shade. You cannot count Level 0 out in positions like this, especially Torres when he's given his weapon of choice.
Early damage going the way of Torres. I believe that was thanks to the peek towards mid. And Caramel coming in with the tag. Zero cool though. Flirting with the smoke. Looking to see if Hellfighter was going to give him a duel with an aggressive push through the same, but not this time. Deathmaker though does end up going down to the AWP from Torres. A push through A main. I think they're going to quickly readjust and head back towards short though. Not in position is lost. Who's holding a very passive angle here towards Sniper Nest.
The bombs in transition to his short, that's going to be what potentially could give Level 0 this round, but this three-man defense does look promising. Shane Jaguar could get a double. I think there's more than enough. Hellranger gets back by Macho. The man advantage now on the hold as the rest of Level 0 Esports Curry to try and muster up this B defense, but it seems like Macho's man enough, lives up to his name for that matter of fact. Hellfighter, not much he could have done in that position. 11-10, Level 0 Esports. A really good call. That call was the only way that Global Esports did not get this round. They've gotten that one string of rounds they could knit a lot from. But like a sweater, this needs to be a warm run, or else the economy, it's not gonna do anything to amplify it, which will lead for Global Esports to swing back right in this game. We've seen them do this with Deagles. We can see them do it yet again. The only thing that's changed though, now it's Jaguar who mans the double up setup alongside Torres. Beautiful job. In fact, the P250 long range, the flex is here, Shade. Do you like it? The flex, the super flex, the ultra flex, I don't know what to call this. The Torres flex, perhaps?
Oh! Jaguar. He was expecting the peek there. A dirty shot. As he pulls it back and he tosses the AWP.
Thumbs up. 10 on 10 play. If he denies the second op as well, I'd be quite flabbergasted. Oh, that cheeky play! That cheeky play! He's doing it, Jay! He's doing it! Zero Cool's gonna work the back lines. Is he gonna be patient about this? Lightning fast! He throws it over! Builds a wall, sends them packing. Bye-bye, double up. Oh boy, clip it! That's the best play we've seen, at least in Indian esports for 2020 so far. Who cares what happens now? Gets a kill, all and mighty. Oh, that looked close. 12-10 and Level 0 are like, bhai, op kidhar hai? Not there, bro. Not there.
Ten to 12, the timeout called by Global Esports. All the antiques aside, they have money to invest in, and this is something we haven't seen in a long time, OG. The SG. Ever since the nerf, nobody has been looking at this weapon a second time. Do you think Caramel's going to be able to do something with it here, OG?
So the AK is dropped off on a lot of factors. The first is the fire rate. The spray is very wild. You essentially need to be on point with your aim. That's all there's going to be to it. If you're a player who's lightning fast, with the way he can make death, they got a hell load of problems headed their way. They push through underpass. This is going to be what changes it. Lost. We've talked about the accuracy with the Krieg, and Caramel has it. The opening duel. Gifted on the board for Global Esports. In fact, what a time as well, right? This is the position that Global Esports need to be if they need to turn the ship around at the best possible time. So this might just come back to hurt Level 0 Esports in the long run of things, because their economy is not well set up just as of yet. With that man disadvantage, the defense is going to be a little questionable. That frag should telegraph that it's going to be a 2-2 split. Aggression taken through ramp. It's actually connectors that's going to be up on siege. Hellfighter has been very patient towards Palace thus far. Not given even a little bit of noise. Molotov does clear towards B short. That's not where Global are headed though. Hellfighter, as his patience going to be rewarded. Just walking out to Palace. Torres in a well-concealed position. He's, the movement. His anxiety being shown. Oh, Hellfire! The headshot! And this might just start the undoing of Level 0 Esports in this round. The swing, the bait and switch, Deathmaker. A lot of his HP depleted. The bomb yet to be planted. And this 3-on-3 commence with lightning fast on a good position. The shadow gives away the game. Level 0 is going with Jaguar is all that remains of this defense, but lightning fast, they need to make sure that they don't do what happened in the pistol. Is he gonna hold this? The defuse gets there. Hellranger ends up going down. A massive frag and a massive whiff. The stick gonna come in. Jaguar, is he gonna pull off the ninja? Nah, lightning fast. He won't fall for it 2 times in a row. 12-11, Global Esports right behind the tail of Level 0.
Lightning fast, knew exactly the kind of time he had working in his favor. There was only so much of a fake that the CT could do at that point of time. Time wasn't a factor. He had to try and stick it with the flashbang. Lightning fast peeks out. GE able to stay in touching distance here. 11-12, Level 0. Their money is done for. A B stack is what's on the cards. Hellranger, the first one in towards kitchen.
The only problem here is it feels like Global Esports are gearing up for a B play. Hellfighter buying as much distraction as he can, being absolutely the loud neighbor you did not want, sadly, which I am. Now, they've discovered the aggressive tendency towards A that might prompt them to head towards B, and Taurus's aggression hasn't been spotted just yet. There we go, Deathmaker gets Global Esports off on the right foot here. The man disadvantage as Level 0 Esports try to fend off against superior weaponry. If the rotation's not called in, it's gonna be Jaguar. He needs to go massive if Level 0 even need to have a chance at getting this round. Position often checked whilst on the clear through triple. The clears in, the fakes discovered, and Global Esports mitigate disaster by not giving away a single kill and playing discipline with the rifles.
12-12, we're back on even Stevens here in the second map of quarterfinal number 3 OG. Level 0 have pretty much again in this map as well had the lead for the majority of it, and GE, just as things start to heat up, claw their way back in, and are they to shut the door down in this map as well? Macho cleaned up, Halef with the drive-by. 12-12. No eco this time around, an instant force buy. Is this a desperation play here from Level 0 OG?
It certainly appears to be. There couldn't be any other way. They do not have a diffuse kit as well. So if it goes down in the retake and potentially the B side, they are done and dusted for. They will need to commit to the save. But maybe the firepower is what's going to carry them. A lot of flashes. Caramel primed on the entry. Zero cool. All he could see was the sun and nothing but it. Torres close behind the smoke. Not a single duel offered so far, but he does spot Hellfire and Lightning Fast aggression through CD. It's actually Deathmaker who gets the frag on a Jaguar that makes all the difference, because now Torres left in a potentially unwinnable situation. We've seen him ninja, we've seen him clutch, we've seen him op. But we need to see miracles right now, which quite frankly might be far beyond asking. Hellranger and Hellfire set up a hellish crossfire. It has to be the swing on first contact. In fact, it's Hellfire who'll play contact, but Hellranger hopes that the side swing doesn't punish him. Oh, Torres covered and get gifted. Hellranger playing a ballet of death. Torres now commits to a swing with Fireballs. Hellranger, the experience outweighs the pressure. 13-12. Global Esports take the lead yet again in map 2, as they did in map 1. The only difference is, in map 1, alongside putting their leg on the paddle, they also put it on the throat of level 0, choking them out of any way coming back into that game. Is this gonna be a rinse and repeat of map 1? It certainly looks to be Shade. Level 0, quite frankly, need a miracle to make it back. And Deathmaker, he's gonna be the Grim Reaper of Level 0's dreams and hopes to stay in the tournament.
Lost. Pushing through with the pistol is just Caramel alone, and they don't check the corner. A huge mistake at this level. Caramel's gonna stay back and look to see if he can find Torres, but it's not even necessary at this point of time. They have the two-man advantage. They don't need to be the ones forcing the issue. They just need to sit back and collect. Deathmaker, nade in hand. Gets a little greedy there, looking for the AWP though. It's gonna cost them a possible second kill there towards mid, and GE are all but set here to get their 14th round on the board. 2 rounds away from knocking out Level 0 and securing their spot in the semi-finals. Jaguar.
Oh no. This is gonna be quite the battle. Prior to the game, both of us did anticipate Global Esports taking this, but it being a 2-1. Everybody knows what we are thinking going into this game. Both these teams, a massive fan following. It'll be a heartbreak of essentially half the people tuning in right now. It's gonna be a lot of emotions, both in and out of the server. This is your chance to give your team the power they need. They need your support. They need anything going their way, especially Level 0. It's been looking very dry for them in the past couple of rounds. Global Esports making the T side on Dust to work and making the T side on Mirage as easy as well. Caramel, the SG, not precise after the first bullet, but that punishes him. Lightning Fast, the swing's gonna be Lightning Fast as well. Deathmaker ends up paying for it, but a quick refrag yields them the A side. The defense is a mile away. They could get the plan, but the aggression through CT, no plan whatsoever. Macho doubling up, and it's Lightning Fast in a very, very hard clutch. The only thing going his way is the amount of utility he has. Could have dispelled the Molotov towards Connector. The op all the way back and be short, and now Torres starts to close the line. Lightning Fast, he's gonna play it as contact as he humanly could. In fact, trying to look for the swing. Ooh, he looks away at the worst possible time. Global, it was GE fighting, but Level 0 upped the stakes by winning a crucial round here. And what possibly could be the last map between these two giants. 14-13, Global still have the lead, still have the economy, and still potentially have control of this game.
GE use their last timeout as they gonna invest in hard. They lose this, they are potentially going up against match point as they won't have money for the next round coming in, OG. Do you buy the AWP? There is enough money on Deathmaker to afford one and sacrifice the utility instead.
Oh boy. You know, one thing that's still very eye-opening for me, Shade, is the fact that Level Zero Esports haven't used a single timeout as of yet. The amount of, I don't know what they have in the morning, but boy, are they never having the nerves cooled. I'm not sure if it's just the confidence they have or what their idea is here, but it's pretty odd that considering what's up against them, they will not elect another timeout, especially in a round where it's either go big or go home. Macho, I guess even he was on the verge of falling off his seat as the shot was missed. I certainly was.
Caramel pressuring towards mid. They've put the op into the hands of Deathmaker instead of Caramel for this all-important round.
ZM. Be a split B, which what seems to be as Hellfighters run the rotate to get the bomb, and they're set up for this B shot play for quite a while, denying both vision of jungle and connector. Soon, that cover is gonna dissipate, and they need to be in a position where they can strike fast. The flash towards B shot, and now the push. It's gonna be OT or potentially Level Zero Esports out. It looks like Global Esports have arrived with their final verdict. They won this. They won the 2-0, and they are quite frankly in a world of celebration after this. It's been, I think, the first time in the entire tournament where Global Esports have been tested, but boy did they live up to the test. Boy did they deliver their A game when it's asked of them. Zero Cool punishing the hunting Global Esports. There's no guns, there's no funds, and there is barely any hope left. Level Zero Esports need to pray to the gods of Indian CS that the Pistols might smile upon them at least once in this best of 3 matchup.
I do believe they will be able to afford up SMGs and FAMASs, and that is in fact going to be the case. One MP9, 2 FAMASs and M4, and Torres is the only one to make do with just the pistol. 28-4 and 23. Unfortunately, in the round that matters, he's going to have to pull it off with just the 5-7. Global Esports, they've completed the comeback here. Up back into the hands of Deathmaker. That whizzes past Jaguar.
The defense is slightly confused as they don't have an aggressive stance at any part of the map. They're committing a lot towards this connector and jungle hold while they risk having the A side fall. That's why Torres is going to play a big picture. By relaying so much of this information he's gathered towards the T ramp, the hit should have been at least accounted for. Zero Cool, in fact, is going to take the aggressive stance. Why? Why did he need to do that? He had no reason to play aggressive there, and he's potentially giving the game away as Torres gets discovered towards the back line. Lost. Oh, they end up having a nice kiss. Hellranger kisses them goodbye, bids them farewell. GE take this 2-0.
Well, Global Esports, they're 16-13, are able to make the comeback yet again. A storyline very similar to Dust 2. The rounds that matter at the end. GE, unrelenting pressure. They see this over the finish line. Level Zero, though, hats off, an amazing performance, but they end up short. And the semi-final spot goes the way of GE.
Okay, first of all, congratulations, Global Esports. You guys have made it over to the semifinals. Now, Level Zero didn't go out without a fight. GE had to take those pauses, recollect themselves, come up with a strategy. They got back in and they made great comebacks. Now, OG did pull out the point. Why didn't Level Zero use any of their tactical timeouts? I'm not sure. What are your overall thoughts on that last map sheet?
I think the first half, the entire story was pretty much just one name: Torres, Torres, and Torres. That man with the AWP just set up Level Zero for a stellar end to that first half. But during the second half, I think GE were just able to turn things head over its heels again. 6 of the last 7 rounds going to the T side on GE, I think is testament for the fact that when things matter the most, GE are always able to turn up the gears a couple of notches and see things over the finish line. Props though to Level Zero. Stellar performance throughout both the maps. In fact, they had a good opportunity to close out both of them, but GE, I think that's the sign of a championship squad. You never give up, and when things matter, that is when you turn on your A game and you turn up to play.
All right, I would say GG, well played to Level Zero. You guys made it to the quarterfinals, but ultimately, congratulations, Global Esports. You guys go over to the semifinals. Now, guys, this is the Rise of Legion CSGO tournament you are watching, powered by Lenovo and Intel, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Now, if you haven't subscribed, do click that button and the bell icon so you get notifications when we'll be live tomorrow for the last day of the quarterfinals. All right, so this is all. My name is Apollonia. I was your host, and we had Shade as the cast and analyst and OG who was casting earlier. Until tomorrow, we'll see you guys. Goodbye.
To the untrained eye, you look like everyone else. But you have another side. Embrace it with a machine that's worthy of you. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo, powered by Intel Core i7 processors.